creative living, utilizing today's technology with the best of the past to bring you innovative ideas and up-to-date information for creative lifestyles in today's active world. With your host, Cheryl Borden.
Barbara, thank you so much for being with us today. I enjoyed watching your DVD on various wall treatments, thinking, oh, this is going to be too hard to do, or this one looks too complicated. But they weren't. They were all wonderful. And so it's nice to have you here, and you're going to show us one today that's for children's rooms. But how did you come up with this idea first?
How did I come up with the idea for this one? Oh, it was... I think this one happened in a client's home. Oh. And just coming up with...
And it was a way to kind of involve the child, you said, too, wasn't it? This is what we're going to be showing people how to do. So it's paint on just all you need is a wall and some paint.
We wanted to come up with something simple and get the child involved in it a little bit. And so I came up with this striping technique.
And you call this high five?
High five to hands.
High five to hands. I like that. Okay. And regular house paint, just plain old paint?
The cool thing about this is we can use anything. You can use flat latex wall paint. Well, I do prefer latex, something that's quick dry. You don't want to do this oil-based. That's
okay.
Not necessary.
And prepping the wall, or do we have to do anything? Can we just go into the wall?
You can have your wall as is. And this finish is done at chair rail height, which is normally about 3 feet off the floor. So, but I'm going to demonstrate it propped up a little bit higher.
Partial wall here. So first, I guess we need to measure off where we want the...
Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Start what I would do?
Because we have all the supplies right here. So first, you're going to measure up, you said approximately 3 feet.
Yeah. It's so simple. The products are paint, and then you're going to want probably a tape measure to get our height. And I would have some chalk, just some child's chalk. And I'm going to mark off a spot about 3 feet up from the floor.
Assuming this was a full-size wall, obviously.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So we come up about here. And then you are going to want a level, or you can use a straight edge. If you don't have a level, I mean, not everybody does.
Yardstick.
You could just make another mark, and then just put something horizontal across there. And
the good thing about this is there's a lot of playroom in it. It doesn't have to be exact. The tops don't have to be exactly level. And that's what I liked about it. I think anybody can do this.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see with the brush strokes, they're real
loose.
They're loose. And it adds to the character of it.
Yeah, I think so too. I couldn't help but think this would be, I have grandchildren, and it would be fun to have them do this in their room and somewhere put the age on it, if they were 2 years old or 6 years old.
Oh, that's
you could go
good.
back and put new handprints on through the years as they got bigger. Anyway, I thought that was a cute thing to do with this.
Okay, that's another technique for another video.
Okay, we'll do that.
do that
and you
later
said
on.
the paint brushes, this is a water-based paint, so we're going to be able to clean up.
This is just latex water-based paint, and then you're going to need a brush. I'll just get one for each color, makes it easier.
Oh.
And I have 3-inch brushes here. You can use 4-inch brushes.
Kind of depend on the size of the room that you're working on, wouldn't it, in the child's hand?
Yeah. For this, you can see in the example, I've used my hand and a 3-inch brush.
Oh,
and it works. You could use a 4-inch brush with an adult hand, too. 3-inch works great for kids' hands.
Okay. Let's see how you do it.
All right. Pick a color. And I'm just going to dip my brush into the paint. And we're going to start along a door jamb or
an edge
of the wall, so we have a vertical to work off of. And just start at the bottom and just pull your brush up. Let it run out of paint. You can come back down a little bit and go over your line. I don't want
it doesn't have to be exact. You don't have to fill in every crevice.
Right. And then we're going to go ahead and do another color. Same thing. It's so simple. And then people say, well, I can't paint a straight line, it's going to get all wavy. Well, it's not. Okay, I got a little curve going on there, but you can come back down, straighten it out a little bit.
And you left about an inch or so in between. It's kind of like a picket fence, isn't it? The effect.
Yeah.
Gosh, what fun, because there's so many colors, and if they were going with a theme in their room, this would just add the color to the walls.
Oh, you can, if they have like a comforter or something, you can take it to the paint store, and they can just totally custom color match your colors.
Oh,
so it can match perfectly. I mean, I love this because there's nothing perfect about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Which
perfect in its
is
imperfection.
encouraging to some of us who, like you say, don't know if we could paint a straight line.
Because you can't. And if you're doing this on a, see, where I'm always going to have this line to follow.
Mm-hmm.
I started with the wall, and then I have my stripe to go off of. It's just, you can't help but.
Have you ever done this and got off on your colors? I was just thinking I almost handed you the wrong color.
Well,
I don't guess that'd be wrong, would it? Just have a different pattern.
it would
than
just
you
add a
plan.
little more character to it.
Uh-huh. And this paint dries really fast. That's another good thing about the latex paint.
I'm making sure I'm getting the right
yeah,
color here.
after I got you confused.
It dries real quickly. But if you have a semi-gloss wall underneath, or a wall with the sealed paint, you could wash it off quickly and try again. It's the flat paint that's really going to absorb the colors more quickly.
So now you'll finish up at the
We'll finish
wall
up
or
with just
the
one more
wherever over there.
stripe.
So that part's fast.
Oh, it's very fast. It's very easy. And now we can get the kid involved if you want.
Uh-huh.
What we do is I'm just going to take some paint, and I'm going to paint my plate.
Are you going to do it on all the colors?
Yeah. And then I want you to just take your hand, put it in the plate, and if it's a kid, you put the kid's hand in the plate. And they love to do this.
I
It's
bet.
great fun. And then when you're talking to a child, you want to tell them to spread out their hands as much as they can.
Yeah.
But because
Space
I'm using
between the fingers.
Yeah. And then I'm using a 3-inch brush with, I'm going to close my fingers a bit. If I was a little kid, I would probably spread
They
them
could
open.
open
Yeah.
their hand. And you don't want, one thing we were talking about, you want to caution whoever's doing it, put it on, hold it flat, don't squirrel, move it around a lot too.
Right. If you have a very young child, I've done this with little kids and it's kind of comical. But, I mean, the older young kids, 8 and up, or you know, 5 and up, they're fine with this. They love it, and they're real good. But yeah, you might want to
Put your hand on and hold it.
hold it, and if it's a little kid, you might want to just press, you know, press it down a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It all works in the end.
Yeah.
And we'll do another purple one here.
Okay. Then you need green. We'll do a couple more. And really,
Of course,
this is
I need
one
to
of
wash
those.
my hand a bit.
Yes. This is one of those processes that can be done actually in an afternoon, couldn't it? Depending on the size, or if you're just doing one wall in the room. So it really
very
isn't
quick,
a time
very
consuming
easy.
thing.
There's nothing
don't need that.
complicated about it.
And this is all on one of your DVDs, and you actually show some other ways to do it. And there's a little girl on the DVD that does an excellent job co-hosting with you, by the way. So you're right, about 8-year-olds are really into this.
Jenna was 9, and she was like totally outstanding.
She was.
You could be much younger.
So
5 would work
while you
great
go
with
ahead and
this.
finish this, do we have to put any type of finish over this, or is this finished once we get through here?
This is just finished.
This is it.
Paint, you know.
So it dries and you're ready to go. Well, it's a good idea, and we appreciate you showing us how easy it is to do. And again, it'd be a fun weekend project to involve the other kids and the other members of the family in. Barbara, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. This has been great fun.
Thank you.